Greetings and salutations, welcome back. We are level 23, Sonja, doing the Crawl Cosplay challenge. You're a graceful kobold assassin, specializing in banishment and hexes. We use only short blades and throwing for physical skills, and we only use hexes for our magical skills. We never use Conjurations in summoning, although we can use dual school as long as it's not Conjuration or summoning. So we getting a little extra spell school into some of these. And we're in a pretty good spot with our skills. We have cleared Elf, Lair, Snake, Shoals, all Dungeon. And we're gonna consider going into the Crypt, actually. A lot of really scary things in the Crypt, but we have at least some resist negativity. The other thing that's not in our favor with the Crypt is that the enemies there are generally mindless, or they have high magic resist. So let's take this Vampire Knight up with us. Okay, cool. Getting constricted by this Anaconda skeleton, getting ourselves tormented or something. Oh. Let's go ahead and invoke Invisibility. Let's get some stabs in. And we're using an Orb of Guile at the moment. Unbelievable. The one time we really didn't want a Flayed Ghost, we got a Flayed Ghost. So let's go ahead and silence this mage, who was able to blink apparently. Lame. Or maybe it was out of distortion. Ooh, Grun summons Doomhounds. We gotta get out of here. And Grun's the invisible. The Grun doesn't summon Doomhounds, but Grun comes with Doomhounds. Alright, so this crypt is ending up extremely difficult for us. Let's see if we can take a Revenant up with us. The answer is no. We take 2 with us. Let's use that tin of Tremor Stones. We fail. Let's use it again. Surprise, we fail. Can we banish? Infinite will. Yeah. This is how we die, isn't it? Damn. No more heal wounds. You're summoning a dig ball. I don't know how on earth we missed that. The Doomhounds are exceedingly dangerous. I know that we would be able to survive. Gotta kill stuff to get rid of this train now. Bad time to charm the Doomhound at least. Can we charm the Vampire Mage? Can we charm this other Doomhound? Yeah, go attack Run. What are you waiting on me for? Nice. Alright, take out the Doomhound. Let's get the Vampire Mage to retreat. We can rest up, go back down. Yaras. Let's go for the Banish. It's an extraordinarily difficult enemy. It's a good thing we got the Banish though. So the thing about the Crypt is that we are up against enemies with much higher level armor class and of HP. Alright, way to go, Box of Bees, thank you. Marked, not great. Are the Jiangshi fast? They are very fast. Can we see invis? Right, let's just go invis. Alright, come on, Jiangshi. Let's fight one by one up in the vaults. Alright, so the tides are turning here in the vaults. Here in the crypt, rather. Turning in our favor. We have gotten past the worst of some of these threats. Starting to get a feel on fighting some of these enemies. We're still heavily drained, but that's just kind of what we're up against. The distortion is still pretty useful. We have to watch out for the blink, though. That's kind of why we have throwing. It's to give us something to do while we are blinking. So we have that injury mirror going on with the Death Knight. Worked out okay. Two potions of experience, wow. Let's go ahead and pick those up. What should we get? Half a level of dodging, 3/4 level of fighting, a level of throwing, a level of invo, a level of evo, 3/4 level of spell casting. Let's go ahead and get fighting. Help our damage get a little more HP. Alright. Yeah, we went and gained ourselves like 14 HP. And that's a nice finish to the first level of the Crypt. I think probably we should delve deeper. And we'll do that in our next segment, so thanks for watching. Greetings and salutations. We're back, level 25, Kobold Abyssal Knight of Lugonia, otherwise Sonja, on the Crawl Cosplay Challenge. We are a graceful Kobold assassin. We have tons of dodging, throwing, fighting, short blades, and hexes. In fact, the only fighting skills we can use are short blades and throwing. We can only use hex magic as long as it's not paired with Conjurations or summoning. Anything else is on the table. We have just finished Crypt 1, and we encountered several difficult enemies on Crypt 1. We encountered Weavy. We encountered Grun. We encountered Doomhounds. And because we are wearing this Orb of Guile, we actually are still able to banish things. So that's working out pretty well. We are still getting evasion from our dodging, so that's nice. And we are basically just working on our hexes. We picked up basically every hex spell in the game. There might be a handful that we don't have. Discord, we may not be casting this game unless we find wizardry or a whole bunch of intellect or something. But all the other hex spells we are able to cast. The ones that are giving us the most use are Tukima's Dance, Slow, Leia's Liquefaction, and Source of Hibernation and Yara's are also nice. We're also using Silence. Right now we're kind of finding that our damage output is a little lacking, but that's pretty normal when it comes to short blades. I think 25 damage rating actually isn't too bad. Yeah, that's how it goes. We're gonna get our short blades up to 21. We're gonna get our dodging up to 22. Actually, let's get our short blades up to 22 as well. Doing hexes to 15 is probably okay. Let's go ahead and bump that up a little. Alright, so let's go down to Crypt 2. We need to be really careful. A lot of the enemies here are mindless, so hexes won't work on them. Don't like these big doors. Okay, not Crypt. We have a big old pack of skeletal warriors. Let's go ahead and take 2 of them up with us. Oh, didn't work, only 1 came. Let's go ahead and mark it as excluded. Let's go down to part 1. Alright, we can bring up some of these skeletal warriors. Ancient Champion will probably haste themselves. Here comes another haste. No? Nice. We ripped the battle axe from their hands. That really makes the Ancient Champion much more manageable. And at the end of Crypt 1, we ended up finding 2 potions of experience that we put into fighting. So we have fighting off at the moment. But it was two levels lower. Takima's dance really is nice. Okay, we have another ancient champion. Let's go ahead and throw some boomerangs at this Hydra zombie. We get him almost dead. No, we're not at min delay with our boomerangs just yet. Not sure that we ever will be. %. Yeah, it's not good. Alright, let's get this Eidolon out of here. The distortion really is helping us deal with enemies pretty significantly, actually. We have had to switch to our backup weapon. In fact, that's where we got this ring. Resist fire, resist negativity, 6 dexterity, 3 slay. Got that in the Elden Halls. Like a Deep Elf High Priest or something like that. That's one of the things you have to be aware of when you're using distortion, is are you gonna distort any enemies and banish them when you want them here. Blade Ghost. I'm not sure, is there Flay? Or Flay is not affected by silence. Ooh, Scroll of Blinking. I'll gladly take that. Alright, here's a Flayed Ghost. Let's use our Rampage to get close. Nice. It's actually kind of unusual to see these rock walls. The Crypt has only stone walls. There's not like a special vault or something. Alright, so we're no longer drained, and then we find ourselves up against a pretty nasty combo. These Revenants are pretty difficult for us. So let's maybe leave them for now. Try and take out that Flayed Ghost. Nice. Approach this rocky area from a different angle. Scroll of Brand Weapon. Doesn't help us. Alright, we might be up against like... I'm afraid there's going to be a unique in here. First Skull and a Necromancer. First Skulls are super tough. Luckily, we got to stab him. Go ahead and take that enemy out. Got ourselves into a little bit of a choke point, so that's nice. Looks like the Eidolon decided to stop chasing us at the same time as the Ancient Lich. We can't banish the Ancient Lich. We will try and banish the Eidolon, and we'll try and banish the enemies we can we're gonna have to go ahead and open our box of beasts. And let's cast Leia's Liquefaction. I really don't want to be standing in this spectral mist. It's going to be pretty dangerous if we cast Silence, but I think it's the safest thing for us. We can always Yaris, but I don't think that's a smart thing to do. So the silence is working out okay, actually. If we were a different character, if we weren't subject to our conduct, then we really would be highly interested. We kill that ancient lich? Thanks, Akshak Beast. We'd be super interested in picking up Lesser Beckoning, because the silence and Leia's Liquefaction both shrink, and our distortion links enemies away. So it's not really a good combo at all. We have an okay time going after summoners, mostly because we have Yaris, and we can instantly abjure the enemies. These rampaging boots really are nice. We have this Dread Lemno altar that wasn't connected to the rest of the level. Alright, and we're done exploring. Clear Crypt 2, mostly without incident. So let's go down into Crypt 3. Now the real reason why we're doing this is we're hoping to find some loot. Helmet, robe, we're willing to take off our Orb of Guile, but we need to have like something good to replace it with. Ancient Champion, nice 5th stab in. It's basically always our hope. Alright, so we're at the tomb entrance here on Crypt 3. These Guardian Mummies are not so bad, but they're way more powerful enemies, like right behind here. Alright, let's get out of here. Let's get our box of beast back. cast latest liquefaction, since we're probably going to be here a little while. Yeah, we might as well slow some enemies. We're coming up on maybe needing to use a team of tremor stones. Alright, let's go ahead and use it. It didn't really do the damage that you were hoping for. Alright, condenser ring. That's not going to help us either. Let's go ahead and use a haste potion. Can we get any banishes on? How can we... There we go. Now we can just send it off. Alright, well we had to use a haste potion, but overall really didn't work out so badly. You know, not on any special crypt level. Sometimes there's a special design. This one's kind of like a normal level. We have some brilliance available to us, but we're not really a spell spammer. I mean, we do spam the spells in order to get our hexes to land. Let's see if our evasion goes up to the big 4-0. Yes, we could cast labels. Yeah, let's go to Banish the Ancient Champion. Looks like we hit the Wounded Skeletal Warrior, unfortunately. Alright, let's try again. Alright, we can deal with that. Alright, nice. A box of beasts and condenser ring are back. So, we have kind of a little special area that we're getting into. I'm gonna open these doors, and there's basically gonna be lots of sleeping enemies. And there's flying skulls over there. Oh no, we're marked. We'll use the cancellation. We should probably use the teleport scroll as well. Yeah. Let's make it over here. So we opened that door and we thought, oh, there's nothing here, let's run away. And then we had a second thought, and it turns out there was an unseen horror in there. And then when we went to kill it, we ended up triggering a trap. So let's put See Invisible on. Are shadow wraiths always invisible? It could have just been a shadow wraith and not an unseen horror. Let's go ahead and use Lada's. Yeah, let's use it again. Basically our best defense against a big crowd of enemies is to try and limit the number of attacks that we take. Wow, our vision did go up to 40, so let's bring dodging up to 23. Like the big 4-0. And we have two sources of regeneration. So we're getting 2 HP a turn. So that plus our evasion plus latest liquefaction is our strategy against prolonged fights like this. Yeah, as we mentioned earlier, the thing that we want to do is just stab things. We're gonna have a tough time with that. We just make cursed skulls out there. So if we're unlucky enough to have one come around the corner, we're gonna need to engage in some burst DPS activities, which is a little tough for a character. Banish is a burst DPS. Banish the cursed skull? No. Probably silence. Which apparently the cursed skull is not affected by nice. And by nice, I mean awful, because we just needlessly removed our own ability to read scrolls and cast spells. So that's... we probably should have looked the monster up before we, before we did that. The Revenant, our favorite enemy. So lots of chat, Phantasmal Warriors, Shadow Wraiths, Freezing Wraiths, Eidolons, Blind Skulls. Those are okay. We're really afraid of all the Cursed Skulls. I'm not sure if Cursed Toes can spawn in the vaults. I do not want to fight those. We don't really want to fight in this unexplored area. Probably pulled most of the enemies, but there's really no reason to risk it. But we do need to pull some enemies. So that's what we'll do. These revenants do just stupid amounts of damage. Especially because we barely have any resist negativity. Okay, so we have another sarcophagus room up here. It's been opened. So there's wandering liches and stuff. Just do tons of damage to us, potentially. Luckily we were able to take it out. Alright, so this room is safe. And we're gonna scroll magic fabric. Potion healer is nice. Wow, plus 13 Scythe of Curses. It's Cobalt, we can't use it, so we wouldn't use it anyway. Our conduct would prohibit it. You know, we actually are getting Discord down to a reasonable casting level. Just see if we can binge the Lich. No, that's infinite. Damn, Ghost. Let's go ahead and get our silence on. That worked out well. So we are now entering we're almost about to enter the final chamber. Let's go ahead and clear out these other ones first. Okay. So now we are about to enter the final chamber. Crypt 3. Looks like we might need to use some flight. Alright, looks like perhaps we killed all the enemies. So there's a bunch of gold, get some cool spells if we were not playing this conduct. Plus 10 dagger. Not better than what we have. Alright, well, if nothing else, we ended up getting some experience. And some potions of experience. So I guess it's on to the depths. And then after that, we'll have to consider going into Vaults 5. Let's go ahead and put our willpower ring back on. And really, all things considered, we're not doing too poorly. I'm gonna take ourselves a brief little break. So, thanks for watching. Sorry, we had our microphone off this entire time. That's embarrassing. Let's go ahead and get dexterity. Wow, that got our evasion up a lot. Damn, these Helicons do a lot of damage, 3D, 4D. Can we banish them? We should have been a little more careful. Heal wounds. Get that soon. Try to. Yeah, normally fighting in those corridors is the correct thing to do, but not necessarily when we have these earth mages that certainly are going to be coming up at us. Troll Shaman. Actually, the Shamans can't shatter, it's only the earth mages, so... Alright, looks like we're doing okay on depths 1. So let's go down to depths 2. We are doing a cosplay challenge, so we have lots and lots of spells that we could be casting, could help us, but we are deliberately not casting them, since we can only use hexes if we want to follow our conduct. So we got our condenser ring. Now, the thing about this point in the game is that it's very, very often that you're going to encounter enemies that do a lot of elemental damage. And don't have any cold resist. Dangerous for us. Also, at this level of the depths, there's very often different hell-themed vaults. So inside here, it could be a hell vault, we could have Balrogs, or it could be a portal to the abyss, and it could have chaos spogs and cacodemons and Mechazeks and stuff. Just want to be really cautious. Typically these ugly things come in packs. This one doesn't look like it did. So we generally want to stay near our staircases. So we found all 3 of the up staircases. So just kind of explore radially out for there. And then in general, sticking to these hallways is the safe thing to do. So that's what we're going to do for now. So kind of in the middle, we have this big triangle, Tengu Reaver, Sphinx, pretty nasty stuff, especially knowing that we don't have very much power. So like now we're confused. I'm gonna slow the Sphinx though. Okay, let's see, we could banish the Spark Wasp pretty easily, and the Frost Giant pretty easily. So let's do that before they become more of a threat. I want to take out this Eye of Devastation. Take out these shapeshifters. Walking Divine Tone is super bad for us. Silence it. No. Can we banish it? No. Let's get our box of beasts out. Alright, so we ended up being able to take it out. Probably didn't need our box of beasts, but it can just be pretty nasty. Artifact Amulet, Acrobat and 2 Dexterity. Artifact Ring, Stealth Int and Resist Negativity. Not too bad. Int and Stealth would be nice, but not really something that's critical for us. Hellions, okay. Get out of here, Rakshasa. Alright, so what was that resist corrosion ring? What was a resist corrosion ring? Guess I was wrong. Oh, we picked it up. It's Fly. Resist corrosion 3 strength. Now that's not too bad. It's better than a plain resist corrosion ring. It also means that we can drop our boots of flying, but I think we probably already did. Lizard Demon. Now we're going to keep it at the edge of our line of sight for now, which means it won't be able to cast. And then we'll wait for it to come around a corner, and then we'll start attacking it. Hexes to 16. Dodging, let's go ahead and get to 24. And let's turn fighting on until 20. The unit altar. Surrounded by a few Tegu conjurers. Alright, so we're done with Depths 2, which now sets us up to go into Depths 3. If you're just joining the stream, welcome. We've gone basically everywhere else that we can go. We're just trying to get some experience, hopefully some items, to give us some more resist before we pick up another wound. We have 2 of them at the Barnacle Burn from Shoals and the Serpentine Ring from the Snake Pack. Rural Dragon Scales, which our conduct prohibits us from using because they're too encumbering. We wouldn't wear them anyway, but actually, would we? Maybe. It doesn't matter because we can't. A KoAK altar with a small sum of money. Let's go ahead and cast Ensorcelled Hibernation for the AoE slow. And then let's actually run away. And then we'll have a better chance of being able to fight these enemies, one by one. And that's kind of what we have to do. Target unusually strong. Troll. If they land all of their hits, bite and claws, they do 130 damage. Super fast regen. Wow, plus 8 gold dragon scales. We're just gonna go ahead and banish them. There's no reason to try and fight them. A book boutique? Probably nothing that's gonna be worth it for us unless we can find enough people. Yeah, there's nothing for us. Rolls of ancient armor. Let's go ahead and put one of those on our boots of rampaging. We should consider getting our throwing a little faster. It kind of may as well. We are using it a little more frequently these lately. without leather armor. So we're wearing a +2 robe of willpower. This armor, we'll lose some armor class, we might lose some evasion, but it has double willpower and evocable blink, which means we can use it even if we're silenced. So our armor class goes down 1, our evasion goes down 1, but it means that we don't have to wear this second ring of willpower, which means we could get permanent fly. We could also put on this stat ring, which gives us a whopping 6 evasion, as well as like 2 damage rating. Arguably, we should pick up the corrosion, but let's go for the hella evasion, and actually let's max out dodging. Again, it's perhaps not the best ring for us. The fly ring is, again, it's arguably better, but just the sheer quantity of the dexterity will help basically all the things that we want to do. Phantom Mirror, very nice. Let's go ahead and charge this vault of sphinxes and stuff. Let's get a box of bees, and let's go ahead and use our condenser vein. We're using Sorcel Hibernation, and you know, we have Portal Projectile. Of course, we don't need that because our box of bees already expired. Put it nicely. This is an exceedingly dangerous spot for us to be in. Now, we do have the acid clouds at our benefit. And that's kind of like the only reason why this remains an okay thing for us to do. But, you know, and actually it's working out pretty well. Yeah, we don't want to be up against something like that without our acid clouds. We use yards on these summon spells. Come on, we gotta take out that tome. Take out this Brigand Rider. Alright. +2 Buckler. More boomerangs. Link, summon, Phantom Mirror. Phantom Mirror is a very nice pickup for us. Probably don't need this wand for I really don't want to fight 3 of these enemies at the same time. It's some of them, sure. Roll with enchant weapon, nice. Alright, we went for the stab and failed. I'm going to use our tremor stones. Since those brigands are low armor class and high evasion, it's basically the perfect thing. Alright, so we're done with depths 3. So we just have one more level of the depths to clear, and you know, we found ourselves some pretty nifty armor. We're getting our dodging ever higher. We're gonna get some throwing to make that a little better. So we're gonna pause here briefly. We'll put it on our playtime. We'll be right back. Then I guess we'll clear Depths 4. Alright, and we're back and ready to go down into the last level of the depths. At the center of this level may be a vault for the Zot entrance, which can be pretty dangerous. We could possibly be faced with orbs of fire, possibly faced with draconians, possibly faced with golden dragons. Got ourselves in a corner a little bit, so let's retreat back towards this staircase. This is probably one of the first times on a kobold that we've bothered to train throwing skill much. It's a high level necromancy spells, not useful for us. Let's see if we can, no, can't get the stab in on the Dread Lich. Silence them? Yes. Let's go ahead and do that. Nice. Alright, so there's a big deep troll pack around, and the Earth Mages, can be pretty tough. Are these Iron Trolls slow? Well, let's make them more slow. Soften them up with our boomerang. We basically kill it before it reaches us. Oh, cool. These boomerangs do pretty respectable amount of damage. Might. Nice, we got the stab in on this juggernaut. Way to go, Yaras. Alright, let's take this tome up with us. Can we banish it? No, it's not. Can we look away somewhere? Just those living spells just do crap tons of damage. Especially when there's lots of them. Let's probably not go down. Staircase. This one's a little safer. Yeah, 3 boomerangs. Kill a troll. That's pretty good. Alright, so we are now in the Zod Vault, getting ourselves poisoned pretty strongly. We're gonna go ahead and use a potion of curing and hope that we don't get poison breathed again. Banish the Draconian. Let's clear the rest of the level. Ooh, Sajobo. With the Tengu, we're gonna need, if we want to banish them, we're gonna need to use a scroll of vulnerability. So let's go ahead and do that. Now we have a 90% chance of banish. Can we hibernate actually? 78%? Nice, let's just go for the stab. There's no reason not to. Let's hibernate all these. We can't on the golden dragon. But our distortion ended up working out just okay. Dab on the golden dragon. Very nice. Alright, so we've explored almost all of this, except for the soft vault. Scope of Harm, which we have no interest in. So we got some Hellknights. We're gonna rip their weapons away from them. And let's go ahead and put our flying ray on. And, you know, of course it will tank our evasion, but we must remember that our evasion is... Yes, we want to unravel near our halberd. We can care about the halberd. Alright. So continue to explore around. Let's get a box of bees and they just the perfection. Oops, we tapped and we should not have. Alright, get out of there so we can help you attack. Alright, Stormcaller. Someone we're keen on fighting. Well, we take it out, not too much of a problem. The Draconians, I believe, can't see invisible. Yeah, so we could end up using a cloak against them. But I think we have already killed them all. Well, almost all of them. Yes, we have finished exploring Death's Floor. So this means we must now go into the Abyss, or the Slime Pits, or Vaults 5. Vaults 5 I think we can probably take, but we're going to have to do the teleport trip. So... the invisibility will probably be helpful for us. Basically everything we're wearing will be helpful for us. And we probably could, if we're lucky, get a stab in on Jelly. It's a little tough without a way of getting through the packs. We probably could. So we'll think about that. So yeah. Let's go to Vaults 4. We could end up finding a lot of treasure here. So we're gonna take ourselves a break. So thanks for watching.